couple of years back, I smoked DMT. And this is like a drug, guys. Very deep psychedelic drug that almost mimics the same feeling as what it would be like to die and what gets released from your prefrontal cortex in your brain or some shit. And it transcends you into a space-like paradox or some crazy mumbo jumbo. Anyway, why am I telling you this? Well, guys, in this day and age, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that cut about and they're like microdosing acid or mushrooms, or looking for a way to enhance the quality of their thoughts, their thinking, their beliefs, their behaviours, their actions, go through some form of paradigm shift and self-expand into the cosmos and become some form of enlightened person. And I get that. I used to be like that. I used to chase an unnatural high, a stimulus, so I could think differently. But the more I've developed, the more I've became, the more things I've tried and tested, renounced, lived by, and essentially explored in my life, the more I've realised that you can only heal yourself with yourself. And one of the biggest, most impactful, even more than DMT, smoking weed, taking mushrooms, taking ketamine, all these drugs in which I know a lot of you party boys take on a weekend just to let loose and have some fun. Taking all these things for psychedelic experiences and enriching life, wisdom, downloads and whatnot, like, it's bullshit. I think it's actually bullshit. I've been pretty much clean and sober from any drug for about 3-4 years now. I think about 4 years. I'm very proud to say that. I have no want, need or desire to go chase that rabbit hole. I think it's bullshit. I think it's pretty gay to take drugs. I really do. Unless you're in a, like, really need them and you're in fucking Switzerland doing a ketamine trip because you've got PTSD or something. I've heard good shit about that. Anyway, it's not about that. It's about me and you here. But right, you're an entrepreneur. You're maybe looking for your edge. You'll find your edge, guys, and becoming the best you, and through natural remedies that is as well. One of the most enlightening experiences I've had in my life was at a couples breathwork class, very intimate with me and Amy. That was like a period of time where I didn't think I needed to change anything physiologically, psychologically, but that broke me open. That broke me right open and exposed a lot of emotions, a lot of vulnerabilities, a lot of feelings, and gave me a lot of insights. Why am I telling you this? Well, when I took DMT, it was at a time in my life where I thought this might change the game for me. And I was willing for it to allow me to change with that. But it was very interesting. I'll tell you the DMT story, right? So take the DMT, you black out, you disappear. What happened to me was I saw Medusa from Greek mythology. I saw Medusa, her head of snakes went up. I went down this portal of snake heads and got shot out into the cosmos, into the atmosphere. As Lewis, not as a human, but as a cloud of emotions and fixtures, beliefs and feelings. And I was floating through time and space as this purple cloud, right? And it was the weirdest feeling ever. And I felt like I was there for years, man. Years and years. Felt like I was flying through space and time at 100 million miles an hour. And I came back. I came right back to Earth. I opened my eyes and I had uncontrollable laughter and a sense of freedom, and a sense of connection that I'd never had before. And I was looking at like the surroundings, the bricks, the trees, and I was like, I know everything that brick has been through to become that brick. What stone it came from what country, and all the different minerals inside it. I felt like I could understand where everything had came from in this world, which was cool, I guess. But then probably 2 weeks after that, I questioned everything I was doing. But I stayed true to doing it because I knew it was my purpose. And then that fading of questioning everything faded, and I continued living my life. And that was an unnatural way of exploring that feeling. Whereas with breath work, bioenergetic breathing, it's allowed me to breathe deep into my balls. My physique has changed, my facial structure has changed. So much has changed about me. My life, my thoughts, my confidence, my charisma, even my vocals, my voice has changed just from breathing. Breathing deeply in that bow stretch, squeezing the glutes, leaning back, letting your body shake, letting all the emotions fighting through, struggling through that breath whilst your body is rattling and shaking uncontrollably. That in itself has more of a instant impact and long-lasting impact, because you can do it every day rather than taking some form of psychedelic drug to have an enlightened sense of feeling, which I think is quite redundant if you value your mental health, because that shit can change you. Luckily I've not been changed that much. Changed for the better, hope so. But what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is like, if you're in this place where you know your mission, you know your purpose, you're clear on what you want, it's not a psychedelic breakthrough that's going to get you to the next level. It's far from that. It's more of an introspective ability to regulate your emotional state, your feelings, your physiological nervous system, and get it firing on the right frequency, the right cylinders, so you can think, act, believe, and become who you now need to be. You don't need any external mumbo jumbo coming into your life like I now used to seek. You do not. Breath work made me cry. It opened me up. I thought I was sweating, but I was crying. I felt like I was elevating and floating off the fucking ground. And off the back of that, guys, I've not cried in fucking 10 years. And that opened me up. Back here again, if you're familiar with the YouTube videos, I walked under this yesterday. I'm on a 20,000 steps a day challenge at the moment with the guys inside the community. So a lot of my work is done on the go, just walking, talking, videoing, making content, checking in with clients, phone calls. But I digress. The thing you gotta understand is just, if you want to really become the best you, take the natural path, the natural route to the cause of the issue, which usually comes down to any stress, anxiety, limiting beliefs, doubts, fears, anxieties. It's because you don't know how to control your nervous system, brothers. You don't know how to breathe properly, brothers. You don't know how to control yourself in a stressful situation, brothers. It's not because of what you lack, it's about what you don't know how to control, which is the scary part behind all of this. So a lot of you guys don't even know how to breathe. You're all mouth breathers, you're not breathing deep into your gut, opening your diaphragm, breathing deep into your core. And that in itself is one of the most powerful things. You know, I think Matthew Walker or some shit has a book called Learn How to Breathe. Maybe it's not him, maybe it's someone else, but I tell you what, breathing, guys. Pulling energy in, pushing energy out. That shit works. I do it before I train as well. I've been doing that a lot more recently before I train. And it gets me aligned, it gets me G'd up, it gets me fucking ready. It turns the system on without that. Why do people call it a warm up? Because it warms up your nervous system. It's not about getting sweaty or out of breath. You can do it by just channeling it, going into deep stretches, opening your diaphragm, your hips, your abs, your chest, knocking the dust off, and then you can hit your heavy squats and deadlifts like the man you're meant to be. But you've got this, boys. I want to come on and share that because I've been on both sides of the coin. I know the unnatural side, I know the natural side. And I tell you what, being in control of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit, all done in unison by controlling your breath. It's one of the most important things you can do. Learn how to breathe. Watch your life transform.